Hey.
Hi.
I'm NyanDroid, and together we're the NyanCave.
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 NyanCave. Hey, what's up and welcome back to Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice.
It's been a while.
It's been a little bit.
It has been.
It's only been 2 days though.
All full of Fire Emblem.
But
Do you
ooh
remember
boy.
what happened?
Yeah, I think that we're about to go to trial.
Yeah.
Like we're very close to it. We just had a little tiffy with the queen. We kind of showed our hand, which is what every good lawyer does before going into court apparently. And we're gonna bring everything to light. As I said, it's just the beginning.
Dirk is dying.
Oh, yeah.
Nayuta doesn't care.
Dirk's got a case of that dying mentor.
I think that Nayuta doesn't believe it right now.
Yeah. Oh, and we got stripped. We got strip searched.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we did.
The queen was looking for
our
ball.
Yeah, she was looking for that.
I'm just saying, it's pretty big founder's orb, if you will.
Spherical object.
Yeah, where would that be? But I guess it's got, never mind. And if you like strip searches, then make sure to throw a thumbs up on the video. It means a lot to us.
And say thank you to your local TSA agent.
Nice.
Was that political or was that okay?
No, that was good.
Good. Okay,
TSA,
good.
is that even a government agency?
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's like Border Patrol, but it's nothing political about it.
No, they're
just a government body.
Yeah.
At least I assume so. Don't. Never mind. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna be going through this this week towards a finale of sorts.
Yeah.
Yep. And tonight we got a new game coming up.
Yeah, we do.
We got Your Turn to Die.
Yep. At 3:30.
No, the calendar said it was your turn to die at 3:30.
Well, fine then. Oh man. And then Triumphant Return of Live Game.show happening at 11 a.m. Bit of a time change from what we told you yesterday on this coming Tuesday. So make sure to check that out. We got Abdallah Smash, so we gotta assert our Nyan dominance. Okay.
I didn't know Dirk was sick. What's wrong with him? I mean, he looked damn fine to me.
I really don't know. And Dirk, I remember, would go out hunting in the middle of winter, while everyone around him was dropping like flies with the flu and whatnot.
Man, we're acting the hell out of this.
Come on, everyone, cheer up! The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles, right?
Paulo, you don't have to put on a brave face for...
No, I'm fine. Besides, Dirk will have his day in court. I won't let this get me down.
It's funny because the court record, we're done everything. I guess I'll probably go back to the hideout, I think.
Inga's private court. Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, former Sudmani office. Nice.
Boom, boom.
Ah, you're back.
Thank you for holding down the fort, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth, sir. Sorry it took so long. I hope you weren't too bored.
Oh yeah, they did talk up the totally secret hideout right in front of the guards last time.
I watched The Plume Punisher, Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm, while you were gone. And my verdict is, it's an outrage, especially its theme song. Even worse, the people here believe it's an original, Kurani's show. Can you believe it? I've already spoke about it at length with Mr. Arable, and...
I'm not sure what he's babbling about, but at least it seems he wasn't bored.
I love him a lot.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I can't wait to watch that video on his YouTube channel.
Oh, you're right. It's an outrage.
Why the warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, or Neo Twilight Realm, is a complete and blatant ripoff.
Well, moving on to things that actually matter. We've gathered about all the information and evidence we can concerning this case. I think it's time we go over everything we've learned so far. if I just examined your nipples?
Ooh. We've already examined his nipples at length in my fanfiction.
All right. You win this round, Phoenix. The Orb Trial, Maya's abduction, and the murder of the mastermind behind it all, Justice Minister Inga. It's a lot to consider. Think you have all the facts straight in your head?
Yep, I've got it covered, Mr. Wright. It's the truth about what really went down and what's going to be the that's going to be the problem.
Yeah, it's like the more we learn about this case, the less we understand.
I agree. There's a deep darkness enveloping this case. I'm almost afraid of what we'll find once we lift that black veil. Suffice to say, the real killer is certainly waiting underneath.
Real killer, huh? Now that's the million-dollar question.
I'm going to hold on to that choice of wording as a foreshadowing. Who killed Inga, and why? Think, Apollo. Who would you say had a motive to commit this crime?
Possibly the spider on that moth.
I, for one, am drawing a complete blank.
I want to know how the killer slipped into the tomb, killed Inga, and slipped back out without ever being seen. That's a bona fide locked room mystery right there.
Well, we've collected plenty of evidence and statements. I just hope the rest comes out in court. It'll be a thinner tightrope than usual, that's for sure.
You flash that badge like a pro now. And with such confidence, too. I can really feel it.
Really?
Sure. Take Trucy's case, or that civil trial yesterday. You really came into your own during both of them.
I can feel my cheeks betraying me.
You'd better not be thinking of starting your own firm, Apollo.
What? No, of course not. I'm probably not ready for that anyway.
Just because you don't know something doesn't mean that I do, Apollo. That's an important lesson for you to learn.
In other words, this didn't ring any bells. That was my dad! Oh, what up, Adam?
Man, that's way too fast. That feel when case 1 to 5 all happened within a month.
Whoa.
Hey,
Dang.
Riku.
We've
Yeah,
grown
right.
so much in just a month.
Within a month. Is that the quickest amount of time in any game?
Mm.
I'm curious.
Oh, yes.
Hey, what's up,
So-
Lucario?
I'm going to make a hot prediction here,
Okay.
Go on.
right? I think that there's a secret passage in the tomb.
Oh.
I mean, if Amara is not even there, and if it's kept really cold, like, I'm wondering if it's like, I don't know, a tunnel to like a frigid mountain or something.
Oh. A certain prison-y frigid mountain?
Yeah.
That's what I think, anyway. This case has one big fly in the ointment. In order to prove Dirk completely innocent, we'll also have to exonerate him of the crime committed 23 years ago.
Amar's supposed assassination. In particular, the, curtained area.
I know,
why would
right?
you ever have a raised area, perfect size for that door to open?
Yeah, who knows?
Right. We know Amara's still alive. But Dirk said Dirk could still be charged with plotting to kill her.
He couldn't discover the truth, even after over 2 decades of investigating. We're gonna do it in a goddamn week. So our biggest hurdle is gonna be the complete lack of evidence. The fire made sure of that.
Mr. Wright, have you ever won a case without any evidence?
No. That's one thing I've never done before.
A trial unprecedented, even in the decorated annals of Write Anything Agency.
Annals.
Annals?
Nope. Nice
That's
try,
what I
though.
could have said,
Well, you'd be wrong.
but I could say it. The decorated
That extra letter
annals
changes
of-
everything.
Oh, it does a lot.
Right?
Still, I can't help but wonder, Was there really no evidence left behind?
Oh, and we can't forget about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, if Dirk is found guilty and is sentenced to death, we'll be likely to join him in a very public execution.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Man, tell me that wouldn't be an international crisis, though.
Yeah, executing lawyers.
Yeah.
From
A foreign
America?
country, yeah. America.
From
of course.
totally America?
Beat the charges or die. What kind of crazy upside down legal system is this anyway?
Don't worry. I can't ask someone as young as you to risk your life, Athena. So tomorrow, it'll just be me and Apollo on the courtroom floor. But you can support us by watching from the gallery.
What? No. I want to help. I'm part of the agency too, after all.
Sorry, but this is a direct order from your boss. Plus, there's Prosecutor Blackwell to think of. He said he'd use me for sword practice if I put you in harm's way.
Simon. Well, at least promise me this, you two. Promise me you'll make it back alive.
Haha. Make it back alive. Haha. Huh.
What's with that face, Apollo? You'll never inspire confidence in your client like that. It'll play right into the prosecution's hands. Remember, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles.
You're right. Even when it seems hopeless or when there's not a shred of evidence to be found, we can never let it show on our faces. Right, Mr. Wright?
Right. My name is Wright.
That's right.
Right.
But will I actually be able to do that tomorrow? When push comes to shove, will I be able to force my biggest smile?
Aww.
Thanks, Blood Kitten. I am gonna do my best. TBC'd. We got TBC'd on.
That one had more rhythm than they usually do.
It did, didn't it? Dun 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 dun.
Dun, no, no, no.
Oh!
Wow.
This is from the opening scene.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Ah. Poor Judgy. These are their stories.
It's complete chaos outside.
Let's just say the Defiant Dragon supporters demonstrating for Dirk's freedom have taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial.
Oh. They look about ready to string us up if we lose.
Trials here are pretty much like the ones back home,
God.
but with one major difference.
We're going to get
divination
killed by the
seance.
government. And if we don't get killed by the government, we're going to get killed by the people that want us to not be killed by the government.
The victim's final memories will become a matter for deliberation.
I've heard about that. But they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here in Kurain.
True, but it wasn't easy. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence. There's always a way to deal with them if your client is truly innocent.
Well, I know Dirk is innocent, but...
Actually, Phoenix did kind of win a trial without evidence, kind of, in that one with the divination seance. Because he's like, I have no evidence. And then we forced the divination seance. And then, but I guess he said that's evidence, so I guess we got evidence mid-trial. But in a way, we didn't have any evidence
Not
going into
Yeah,
start
it.
with,
going
no.
into it, we just didn't have anything.
No.
Yeah. I have one more big secret. Big, huge secret. Massive, earth-shattering. Apollo, In court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be.
Nayuda is your father.
I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all.
Derek, what is that secret you were keeping?
Hey, AJ. Of course.
Here you go, just like I promised.
Look at them forcing their biggest smiles there.
Yeah, forcing their biggest smiles. I think they could probably do bigger though.
Thanks, Dats.
No, I think that what they need is not bigger smiles, but I think that they need 2 more smiles, because like where their eyes are.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, they say the smile.
It comes from the eyes.
Comes from the eyes.
My eyes are the most important part of the smile.
Yeah, let's get that going on.
Yeah. Thanks, Dats. Wait, weren't you arrested by the police yesterday?
Thanks, Eve.
Yeah, and I spent the night in the slammer. I had a fine meal, a shower, even a bed. What more could I ask for? All right, then.
That actually sounds way better than where we're staying.
I just remember, AJ, if Dirk's found guilty today, we'll all probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act too, so... Yeah, they would have said something to that effect. That witch Garan wants to take advantage of today to crush the revolution once and for all. The fate of the revolution and every Chinese person rests on this trial. We're counting on you, AJ, so no pressure. We'll be fine. I'm gonna win this one, you'll see. We're gonna be fine.
The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the courtroom.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could rotate them a little bit.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because right now, Apollo's giving the hey.
Yeah, Apollo's pretty fucking horrifying.
Yeah. I think that Phoenix is more horrifying. I feel like Apollo's coming on to me, and I'm gonna let that happen.
Let the trial of Dirk Sadmati begin.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty.
So it's really come down to this. Well, don't expect me to hold anything back, Nayuda.
This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Kaku Kurain and the assassination of the former Queen Amara Sigatar Kudain. First, I believe we should address the murder of Minister Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Sadmati?
Oh no, Gabriella.
Prosecutor Sadmati?
Yes, of course. Please proceed.
A stutter from Nayuda? Cool.
I'm gonna
with
play
him?
these things real fast.
Yeah, play him. From Slowpoke Rebel.
Quick, my fellow NyanCavers, we can rise up and do things! Like donate to the NyanCave and leave a like on the video and stuff. Maybe even chat a bit. I don't know, I'm just a slowpoke, you know.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you, Slowpoke. Appreciate it. And I'm glad. Hey, what's up, Teo? I don't
Hey.
know if ever confirmed.
What's with the channel background?
What are you talking about? Like our banner? There's something wrong with it? You changed it?
Wait, I think it's the same as always.
No,
Yeah,
just talking about-
everything's
The
like
banner's the same as always.
all same.
Yeah. And, we're just going to smile our way through any sort of misunderstanding
Thanks,
that's
guys.
coming up right now.
Yeah.
How very unlike you, Prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day?
Not at all, Your Majesty.
Also, can you update the title to reflect the final trial here?
Yeah.
Are you really going to be able to go through with this, Nayuda?
Well, Prosecutor Sadmati, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I have heard mention that you are the son of the accused, Dirk Sadmati.
Good
I
guy,
didn't
Judge.
put it together myself at all. Someone had to tell me. I thought it was just a funny coincidence. Last name Sadmati being incredibly common.
You have heard true. Does that fact pose some sort of problem, Your Majesty?
A father being prosecuted by his own son. Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having personal feelings intervene?
Yes, without question.
Can you really handle this? Even if it is Prosecutor Sadmati going against his own father, it's just...
Well, how can the son of the criminal be a prosecutor in the first place? Dirk?
Fellow citizens, you would do well to not underestimate my son. He's not one to allow personal feelings to interfere with the execution of his duty. Isn't that right, Nayuda?
I will not stop until my work here is done.
See? So all you doubters just sit back down before you trip over your own stupidity. Ha 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 ha! The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. In any case, if Prosecutor Sadmati has no issue with this arrangement, then let us commence the deliberations.
Oh my, who was that? Is that the queen? Oh, hello.
Garand.
One moment, if you would.
My god.
Your Eminence.
Your Eminence, what brings you here?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your Majesty, it would appear that Prosecutor Sadmati does indeed have some reservations.
No, that's not true.
Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nayuta Sadmati?
Uh-oh.
One should hold no reservations if one is to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds.
I have none, Your Eminence.
No, it is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown Dirk Sadmati personally. But remain by your side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the law.
Excuse me, but is the queen gonna be prosecuting the case? Is that, kosher?
There is no need for concern. Before we were crowned queen, we served as a prosecutor.
Really?
Makes sense, yeah. As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. The prosecutor in charge of the Queen Amara assassination case 23 years ago
No.
was none other than Her Eminence, Queen Garan Sigata Kurai.
First, Your Majesty, and now this? Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? And of course she was, right, Gabrielle? Of course. Of course.
I'd heard she'd served as Minister of Justice, but she was also a prosecutor.
And a damn good cook.
I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor to justice minister.
We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had won guilty verdicts in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand up to us.
I'm at a loss for words. To think I would once more bear witness to Her Eminence at work in the Hall of Justice.
Our first trial in 23 years. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might.
I'm sorry, I have to say this. I just realized that the string that holds her jacket together is kept together by nipple tassels.
I need to say this. I was much happier before you revealed that.
Yeah.
I'm living
Something
in a
I
world
can
that
no
is...
longer keep inside. I mean, let's be honest. If you unbuckled that little thing in the middle, they would just twirl like right
Yeah.
around her
Yeah,
nipples.
yeah.
Yeah, because they definitely seem to have some tension on them. So
Yep.
certainly at least do one nice rotation. I went to what I thought was going to be an improv show one time, and then there was like a
Look at him.
Oh wow, burlesque.
Oh, hi.
Oh hey show was an intro.
Whoa!
Oh
Hey!
my god.
Oh hi, wow. Okay, Taylor Swift making her appearance here.
What a magnificent sight!
The Queen's going to hire from her prosecutor days to think of what it'll go. Oh my, I'm just so lost for words.
Me too.
What the?
Did you see how many Magatamas she has?
So
Yeah,
many.
I know.
She sees through all your bullshit.
She's the holiest. I did not see that coming at all.
No.
I was like, oh, this is fun. What do you got going on here? I'm really glad I said the nipple tassel thing when I did, because obviously it wouldn't have been as funny now.
No. And who knew they were part of her? That was part of her speed change. Take
Yeah.
that off. Nipple tassel does half the other work, getting rid of the clothing. Yeah. That's Queen Garan.
Yeah, she looks much more like a villain now, which is great.
God, she's hot.
Talk about an extreme makeover.
Oh, paddle me. I mean, what?
It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins.
I mean, like, it felt a little weird, you know? She just didn't strike me as an Ace Attorney villain, but I'm so glad that we've rectified that now.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like she's straight out of Street Fighter, to be honest.
Oh, Ever Suzu.
The virgin witness only shows their true form when cornered, even if they have one to hide. The Chad Garan gives 0 fricks and transforms right at the start of the frickin' trial.
Right? It's pretty freaking awesome. Oh my god.
You know what? We actually finished off that last one.
Woo! Who else had hair like this? This is reminiscent of something to me. I can't put my finger on it.
An octopus.
Oh, it's a rejected Final Fantasy villain? Almost. I think that's probably what the hair is reminding me of.
Slowpoke, I'm so glad you guys are playing Final Fantasy Ace Attorney. It's easily my favorite JRPG in the genre.
Oh my god.
She does look a whole lot like Ultimisia.
Yeah, I think that's what
Kind of
also this music too is really great. It's in like the kind of like hammer on metal sound too is kind of trademark of those like earlier Final Fantasy soundtracks. I can't put my finger on it right now, but
Oh, she looks like female Seymour a little bit too.
yeah. Very cool design though.
Like Seymour Smithers? Hey, what's up, Adam?
Holy mother, save us from the Black Widow Queen.
I mean, Seymour.
All right.
Woe to you, O enemies of Kurain, for I shall personally slice, dice, and grind you up into hog feed.
She seems nice.
I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back her polite pre-makeover personality.
Know this, lawyer.
Yes?
Now that I stand as prosecutor, consider your defenses bench a headman's scaffold. If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you start thinking of them now.
Whoa, yeah,
You
her
still
fingernails.
have
Oh my
your
god.
head with which to think, that is.
They're so sharp.
She's deadly
Thanks,
serious. Cheers. Whew. Oh yeah.
Katie C.
KDC.
That manicure is killer.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the acrylics on. She's gonna snatch some weaves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is time for the divination seance. Rafa, come forth.
That's the thing. She could call me forth anytime, because, I mean, just...
Your benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Your benevolence, I understand it may be difficult for you, but may we proceed with the divination seance?
Yes, let us proceed.
For Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? If so, I would advise you to avoid any undue exertion. Your benevolence?
What's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here.
A lot's happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that she'd been planning a coup, or that he'd been planning a coup. And today, she'll have to experience his death through his own eyes.
Yeah, that'd be enough to shake anyone up.
Still, it seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday.
Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed.
We must speak with our child. It is a mother's duty to discipline her child after all. Now, if you would excuse us.
Discipline? Coming from her? I don't like the sound of that at all. Wait. Oh, didn't do something to her, did she?
Your Eminence, about today's divination seance. As I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this deviation from protocol a part of your plan?
Prosecutor Sadmati, would you care to explain your actions?
Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deem no seance would be necessary for such a clear-cut case.
Oh my god.
You and your bleeding heart. You seek to spare Rafa the trauma of witnessing her father's death.
I mean,
Is that why you've done this?
Not at all.
You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadmati?
Aww.
that's oddly compassionate of him, all things considered.
Your Eminence, your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence. This case is blessed with a bounty of incontrovertible evidence. So I believe we can reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time to a seance.
You have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her benevolence any undue misery. Experience the murder of a loved one is a burden no one should have to bear.
Prosecutor Sadmati, your Majesty. Can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance?
I can't blame her for not wanting to experience her father's murder firsthand.
Your Eminence, what are your feelings on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home for some much-needed rest?
We shall not. You fools spoil her with your feckless words of compassion.
Oof.
I wonder what her angle is.
Listen well, Rafa.
Rex, you'd be surprised how many clerics have heavy armor proficiency.
Oh, yeah.
You have spoken time and time again about how grown up you are now.
Uh-oh.
Yes, but... So, let us see if the royal priestess truly has come into her own. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should?
Cuts to the side and Gendo is just like,
Get in the seance, Rafa.
Yes. That's better. See? Problem solved.
Poor Rafa. Is this really a good idea?
I guess we'll see.
Very well. Let us begin the divination seance. Nana, my rope.
will it happen? Nana's still gone!
Nana, where are you?
Looks like Nana's still missing.
It's been a whole day already.
Barbed head?
Guys, I gotta reveal some spoilers.
Okay.
I can't hold it in. Shadow ate Nana.
What?
Yeah, I know. All that's left
The
of her is
whole
the hat.
thing?
The whole thing. I know.
He kept the hat as a horrible reminder of her her ultimate demise.
Yeah. Nana said it was a stepladder, and Shadow wasn't having any of it.
Oh
So
no.
None
Yeah.
of that bullshit.
yeah, the hat's all we have to remember her by.
Yes.
You removed my robe.
Oh, what? Why me?
Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Wright. Can't you see she's ready to begin? Great. I've been reduced to royal robe remover. Come on,
I mean,
Phoenix.
that's a in some circles that could be considered a pretty.
I think it's
okay
really
thing.
sweet that Rafa's asking Phoenix for help.
Right.
Yeah, it is
I think it's like
so wholesome.
yeah, like I'm surprised that he's reacting this way. Like I kind of get it,
Yeah.
but like the fact that she's like asking him politely to do anything, I think is a big thing.
Really big. The title could use some work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like she's grooming Mr. Right to be Nana's replacement.
Oh my god, that's a great visual image.
Phoenix disrobes Rafa in front of everyone.
Stop.
Not clickbait.
No.
Not clickbait.
No.
Oh, your benevolence. Please start when you are ready.
Come, Rafa. You know what must be
In
done.
front of her mother.
There is no turning back now.
Why do you go down these roads?
I don't know, chat. Why do we?
I know.
The final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting. It's been a minute.
Fuck, did we just all lose the game?
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
It's like the Illuminati symbol.
You best believe I'm not skipping this.
No,
We never do.
never do.
We never have and never will.
Nope.
I actually can't remember what we usually say.
I only know my first line. I'm waiting for the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, this reminds me so much of Nier's soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit like Madoka, though.
Oh yeah, Calafina. Yeah.
Yeah,
They did
Calafina,
that
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool
yeah.
soundtrack for that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like her wrist scarves. Yeah. Do you think they get in the way of her day-to-day activities?
They're just so cool, though. I really love them.
I think they got like a raiment or raiment or something. I can't remember what it's called. Raiment? Is it
Wrist
raiment?
ribbons?
Raiment? I don't know.
Yeah,
Nice high kick. Those are really difficult.
they are. I really think they used a person to motion capture this.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard to animate like natural human motion without it, to be honest.
I mean, because there's just these moments of imperfection that done synthetically they wouldn't have.
Do we ever talk about her tattoo?
Never. This is a new
It's
thing.
on her
We
back,
gotta add a
That's
new
neat.
thing each time, though. So.
Yeah, because that's a really nice little twirl there. I like
that's what I'm
that.
talking about. That was so like there was weight behind it.
Oh, nice. There's something we always say on closing.
I know. On closing, what was it?
I can't remember anymore. Were those bubbles always there?
Nice. I don't think so. Yeah, we did 0. That's why we go there. Oh no.
the cat.
Oh.
Your benevolence. What's wrong?
This is unacceptable!
Bailiff, take her benevolence to the first aid station at once.
This is not good.
Your Eminence, do you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed so suddenly?
It seems she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing.
I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year ever. I mean, of course Rafa is going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child.
It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony. Your Majesty?
Damn. Oh, yes, let us proceed. Bailiff, summon the first witness, if you would.
Yeah, what up, J-Trip? Good to see you.
Boots. Knees. Arm, face.
Ah.
Duke.
Is this an accused?
It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution.
That seems uncharacteristically fair of her.
However, should the accused fail to produce a convincing testimony,
Oh, paddling.
he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty. And their heads will roll from their shoulders.
Poor testimony. That's a paddling.
Really fun fact that they don't actually cover in the game.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
The national anthem of Kurain is actually I always forget the name of the band. They have a wide variety of music, but off with the heads.
Oh,
Dance
yes.
to the dead. Yeah, it's that. It's entirely that.
They
I know it's hard to believe that they do those two songs.
Yeah.
They have a very diverse sound.
They do. I like them.
What?
The yes.
The yeah.
Yes.
Should have known
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
a catch.
Your court, your rules. Same as it always was, I see, Garan.
Yeah, Neil.
And Jared, cheeks are officially clenched.
Now then, Mr. Dirk Sadmati, if you could enlighten us as to what happened. Well, I would if I could.
Oh, Dominic! What's up, man?
Nayudo motioning to a Kurainese butterfly. Is this a pigeon?
Nice.
I like it.
That's good. That's good.
That's gotta be made.
I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I've no recollection of what happened in the interim.
Of course you do.
But I didn't kill him. At least, I don't think I did. It'd go against everything I believe in. I believe in.
That didn't explain squat.
For the record, let it be known that the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it.
Well, that certainly seems to point the finger at you, Mr. Sadmati. Even as a lawyer, I have to agree with you there, Your Majesty.
Seriously, Dirk? This is no laughing matter.
This is exactly what Garan wanted. To have Dirk try to plead his case, only to fail miserably.
How long can she go?
All night long.
All night long.
Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles and let it be etched into your soul. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brained lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair.
Yes, Your Eminence. Show me the way.
I can show you the way.
Now then, would the defense please begin their cross-examination?
Dirk explains himself.
I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. Ah ha ha. Dragon never yields. Ah ha 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 ha.
You were struck by a sudden dizziness. Was it because of his illness? Is that something that has ever happened to you before?
Can't say that it has. Maybe age is catching up with me. I'm no spring chicken after all.
That's not the issue here.
A most cunning excuse, one befitting of an insidious insurgent.
Oh.
A killer who does not recall his crime. How very convenient. Next, I imagine you will plead insanity.
Ouch. Not a bad idea.
You aim to seek a lesser sentence through excuses and subterfuge, do you not?
Woo! Don't make me laugh, Your Malevolence. Malevolence, sorry, my
How
bad.
dare you!
I'm merely stating my innocence. I've no intention of offering excuses. It's your baseless speculation I would decry as foolish. You deceitful witch.
Dirk laying into Her Eminence.
Is it your wish that I should claim your head right now in this very hall?
Well, that would certainly speed things along.
Hold it!
Dirk, why don't you let me handle it from here? And if there's anything you need to say, you can say it through me, okay? Anything to stop you from needling the queen?
Next time you have an objection, you'd better have some proof to go with it, Dirk.
The accused will continue with what he does recall of the crime. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand.
Hold it!
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk?
Wish I could say I did, but I don't recall a thing from before I came to.
Okay.
You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son?
Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been there with you. Oh.
You called, Your Eminence!
Did she go anywhere without those goons?
Was there a third party in the tomb when you were securing it?
No, Your Eminence, we searched high, low, but found no one of the sort!
And there you have it.
Ah, right. They did search the place.
Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded so that there was no way for anyone to escape.
That's right! No one got in or out without our knowledge, sir! Ma'am, Your Eminence is on site to turn directors are absolutely flawless!
Thank you.
Erdihara Garon!
Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world.
Ooh. Did you add that to the testimony?
What a waste of time.
How can it be any more obvious? Dirk must be the killer.
Thanks for nothing, gallery guy. As if our graves weren't already deep enough.
Man, I would love a like a credit for
gallery
acting
guy.
gallery guy.
Gallery guy kind of sounds like Florida man.
I want a gallery guy spinoff.
Yeah, gallery guy.
Accused, what do you believe about the possible presence of a third party?
Well, based on the situation you presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none.
You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk.
Let the accused's statement be added to his testimony.
Nice.
Well, Mr. Sadmati, if you would.
It's fine. The more we press, the thinner our case gets. It's like.
Well, let's keep pressing, and maybe we'll work out the wrinkles in it too.
I just said if. It's like if we
Gallery
press.
guy. Exactly.
The possibility of a third party being there in the tomb is probably non-existent.
We can't prove you're innocent without at least the possibility of a third party was there.
Find the possible in the impossible, son. That's just how what a lawyer got to do sometimes. Isn't that right? Right?
Who? Me? Yeah, you could say that. I've seen more than my fair share of trials like that. They'd start with no viable evidence, useful testimony, or any hope of winning, really. But through cold sweat, desperation, and a little luck, I've always managed to pull them off.
Except for that one time.
Right. I can see we are kindred spirits, you and I. Ha ha ha!
Un moment.
Jeez. Taking cases like that must have shaved years off your life.
If that were true, I'd be long dead.
Find the possible in the impossible. Can I prove that it was at least possible that there was a third party there? Dirk, what did you see at the scene of the crime?
Let's see. I came to. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail.
You stated that he was as dead as a doornail. How can you be so sure?
It's pretty easy to spot the difference between a soulless man and the soulless shell of a man. His complexion and the amount of blood at the scene made it obvious which it was.
Watch your words, or you shall join Minister Inga much sooner than expected. You can bow your head before him and seek his forgiveness there in the Twilight Realm. If you still have a head to bow, that is.
You bloodthirsty spider! What happened to you? There was still a little love in your heart 23 years ago. You even used to think of me as a brother.
It seems you truly do have a death wish.
Ha 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 ha! Is that really all you've got?
Dirk, I'm begging you. Enough of the lip. Just deliver your testimony, please.
All right, all right. I'll try, but I can't promise anything. Dragon, never yield. I've no recollection of what happened at the interim.
A day's passed since the murder. Haven't you remembered anything in that time?
My memory is a complete blank. It's as if that part of my brain was scooped right out.
How very convenient. But even if you've no memory of the event, your guilt is without question. There is nothing more to debate.
You're forgetting one thing, Garon. I have no motive.
You lead a band of insurgents that seeks to overthrow the government. I would say that alone is motive enough to slay our kingdom's Minister of Justice.
I've declared countless times that I lead a bloodless revolution. I forbid violence and murder, even if some younger members may have a thirst for blood.
A bloodless revolution. You wouldn't really have a motive in that case.
Yeah, sure, why not?
That was an important statement. I'd like my client to add it to his testimony.
Very well, then. The accused will please do as the defense has requested. I don't have a motive for killing Inga. After all, me and my ilk seek a bloodless revolution.
A bloodless revolution. Can you be more specific?
I'm talking about dragging this pompous prosecutor here off of her bloody throne. So go ahead, Garon. Act all high and mighty now, because it's the last chance you'll get.
You still speak of rebellion despite the charges against you. You truly are a fool. I will prove your guilt soon enough and display your head for all of Kurain to see.
Yeah, that'll make the rebels stop rebelling.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Absolutely, yeah. Nothing like good old threatening and fear to make people stop revolting. That worked out for everyone in the past.
Martyrs.
Yeah. Wow. Like, has that ever failed? No.
Perhaps I will put you upon a cross.
Oh, God.
People will forever speak. That's not what you want.
Yeah, I know.
People will forever speak of you, not as a revolutionary, but as the terrorist that you are.
You're mistaken, your maleficence. It will be you the people will speak of, as the tyrant who was overthrown by her own people.
I wonder if you will still be spewing such nonsense before the headman's axe.
I think the jury's still out on that one, Rex.
I'm afraid I'll still be like this in the afterlife, Despo.
Is Despo?
Despot?
Despo?
Let's do the Google
He's
thing.
silent.
Despot.
I know we encountered this, but I completely forgot what it was.
Despot. A ruler or
Despot?
other person who holds absolute power, typically one who exercises it in a cruel or an oppressive way.
Despot.
Despot. Oh, interesting. I thought it wasn't the way. I thought what? I'm thinking of a different word.
Yeah. Well, I think you also might be thinking of the right word here, but it's different pronunciations.
Interesting.
Because Chad is saying despot.
Interesting.
Tomato, potato type thing. I know the self-restraint is as foreign as apple pie to Dirk, but I'd really rather go home than to the Twilight Realm after this.
But I didn't kill him. At least, I don't think I did. It'd go against everything I believe in.
Can you state that you didn't kill him more definitely? Definitively?
How can I? When I have no memory of what happened.
Well, can you at least state whether or not you are a murderer?
That I can do. I am not a murderer, and I would never kill anyone, no matter the circumstances.
And do you have any evidence to support your claim that you did not kill the minister?
Evidence? No. Can't say that I do.
In that case, you will strike the statement "I didn't kill him" from your testimony.
Wait! You can't just discard testimony like that. I mean, I'm the one cross-examining the defendant and all.
Hold your prattling tongue, foreign devil. I am the queen of this kingdom.
Oh, the book!
And the queen is the law. As such, I need not follow the laws that are in place. I can make and break them at will.
I'd like to add that to the testimony, Your Honor.
Henceforth, the accused will refrain from stating, I didn't kill him.
What?
Sure. Whatever. It's the Garon show after all. Same as always. Though, I guess there's no evidence that proves I didn't kill him either.
Oh, no! If only we could establish the possibility of a third party.
But does the possibility itself even exist?
We don't have a choice. Proving it exists is the only way to start a real dialogue here.
The limit does not exist.
Oh, I agree, PK. Derek, leave the evidence finding to me. Now, please, will you stop agreeing with everything the prosecution says?
All right. I'll stick to the facts from now on. But remember, son, if you truly believe in me, you should be able to prove my innocence. I know you can do it.
He believes I'll prove him innocent. Even with all these inconvenient truths? Is that what he's saying?
I think Dirk might be onto something. Even the most disadvantageous facts may point the way to the truth. So don't ignore them. Think of them as food for thought.
Don't worry, I know. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I need to remember that no matter how difficult the facts may be to deal with.
If only we could establish the possibility. What? Oh no.
All right.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom really fast.
Me too.
Yo.
Here, you want to go through this? See if you can
Yeah,
figure it
let's see if I can figure
Call
this
me when
out.
you're
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's see this thing. All right, I was struck by sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. That's cool. I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. Possibility of a third party being there in the tomb is probably non-existent. I feel like, so this is what I feel like we have. Thank you, Eve. This is what we have to contradict. And lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. Okay. I have no recollection of what happened in the interim. I don't have a motive for killing Inga. After all, me and my bloodless revolution. Did we press this?
Hold it!
Derek, leave the evidence fine. Yeah, no, we pressed this. All cool. Cool. Okay. Right. Okay. Alright, I know. Come on. Is it gonna okay, now we're fine. Okay, so it's the third one here. Possibility of a third party is kind of non-existent. Let's see, what do we have to present against this? Could it have been that my dead father did it? That's possible. Death behind.
Sorry, I can't
Oh,
booster like clay boosters.
Oh, you know what, actually? There was... When we hid behind the curtains... Inga's button discovered. Tomb burned. This was there, too. Wiped up and does not belong to the victim. Wiped up is what I think we're going to go with here. Mysterious bloodstains. Did you find these with us, Nanny? Yeah, you were there. For the
Yeah, that's when I was there.
Yeah.
You guys sprayed the floor, and we were like, that's a lot of blood.
That's a mysterious bloodstain.
It's so mysterious.
So, the possibility of third party is probably non-existent, but there are bloodstains that were wiped up.
From a third party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, so I just want to take a hot peek through while we're here. Inga's people's notepad. People's characteristics are right inside. Photo taken around 2 p.m. with the channeling right. Yeah. Look at this thing. Like, what are we seeing in here? Oh, it's through the doors. Yeah, it's what I want to send. I don't see anything else at this moment.
Oh my god, I figured the whole thing out.
Nice. Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Good. Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated. Because I can show how there might have been a third party in that tomb.
Is it that Nina was in there and tried to kill everyone, but then Shadow ate her and then, like, dragged the remains down the secret passage in the tomb, and that's what the blood is? It's Nina's blood as Shadow dragged the corpse into the thing.
But then he came up and he wiped it up with his tail.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Because he was happy, so it made it really easy. It was like a little cleaner. He's like,
Oh, how very fascinating. Go on. I do so love a good fairy tale.
We did a luminol test at the crime scene. And we found a blood stain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Faye were injured during the incident. The thing is, the blood stain we found had been wiped up by someone.
Something.
What's this? But who would have done such a thing?
That's the biggest question, isn't it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, it must have been someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime.
Oh, and to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong?
The bloodstain belongs to the real killer. The killer victim.
I think so. Probably the real killer. 'Cause It's not the victim.
Yeah.
Amara, who was the real killer's victim. The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun in the tomb.
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This, too, is a known fact.
But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding there.
Very well, then, tell me this. Where was this third party hiding?
The crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So if there was a hiding place, it would have to be somewhere that no one would dare look.
Somewhere no one would dare look, huh? If only there was
Let's have your answer, defense. Now, where could a third party have hidden?
sarcophagus.
Take that!
There's one place no one would search, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid there. I'm told it's temperature I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. And she was a mummy. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they would withstand the cold for a short time.
This is sacrilege. Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed.
But that's just it. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus.
True. The guards were so scared of being cursed, they wouldn't even touch it.
And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines.
Well, now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture.
The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain in the tomb. And then we'll see just who the real killer is.
Ooh!
Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. So your head may be parted from your shoulders.
Wait, what?
Huh? But the trial's not even over. Whoa!
How soon you forget. You are already on the headman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment.
All I did was request a DNA test.
There is no need to request such a test. Royal Guard, bring it forth now.
I thought she was like Jedi mind tricking us or something with the wave of her hand there.
Yeah.
Here you are, your eminence.
The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed you are not the father. That the blood is of the traitor, Duke Sadmati.
What? But Dirk wasn't injured. So where did his blood come from?
Maybe he coughed it up.
Dirk's illness. Still, there was a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? And did he wipe it up to hide his failing health? Dirk, is it really that bad?
Oh, shoot. You got me.
Why would you not? Witnesses!
Pay attention, horned devil, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not?
Okay, well, that might have been a little optimistic, but about that.
Did you or did you not make it that claim of your own volition, defense?
Yes, I did.
After she steered you in that direction, that is.
Fell right into her trap.
Do you see now the folly in opposing the very embodiment of the law?
That's funny because I thought Emma said before with that blood that they tested it and it didn't belong to either one of them.
Oh.
I thought that's why we said that. Or maybe no, I guess maybe she just said it didn't belong to the victim. I don't know. Weird.
Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime? It is beyond the realm of possibility.
No!
Yep. Solid point of play. Praise be for Queen Garan! Her eminence's legal tactics are beyond compare!
I love her.
I hate to say this, but she really got us good.
The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it.
Can I really discount the sarcophagus as the hiding place, though? What if the real killer is still in there? No, that's just ridiculous. Or is it? No, it is. Probably.
I believe we have rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you whom I speak. Have you been listening? Dirk Sadmati, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt, has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder.
No, it can't be. Dirk would never.
There must be some kind of mistake.
The Divine Dragons and their sympathizers are starting to have doubts.
So this is why Garan allowed us to cross-examine Dirk. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, she's effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him.
True. But now we have an even bigger problem.
And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain.
I find that to be a double-edged sword, though, because, like, oh no, the people who believed in peace and, like, the right way of doing the revolution, Dirk's a liar, but then the extremists would be like, yeah, Dirk's a murderer. Like, he knew the right way to do it. Let's kill everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone!
Overthrowing the bourgeoisie by violence instead of peace.
Yeah, so that's a bit weird on her part. Like, yeah, damage the peaceful protesting position, sure. But I guess then she could kill them. I don't know. I guess that's part of it.
Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions.
Oh!
Now, I shall pass judgment upon the criminal Dirk Sadmati.
What's this? You shall pass judgment. But your eminence, is that not my role?
Hold your tongue.
Oh.
You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of the law.
Oh.
Consider yourself dismissed.
Wait, what?
Yeah?
As Queen of Kurain, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused.
Oh.
You can't do that. No, don't cheer. You can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No. We're the other side.
Objection!
Wait. You didn't even give me a chance to rebut.
Know when you are defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show you the depths of my compassion. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me.
Quick, Baller. Even if you have the bluff, we've got to keep this trial going.
I can hear you.
Show her that the crime could have been committed by a third party.
How am I supposed to do that?
Oh, why don't you start with, how about the timing of Inga's murder?
What?
This whole case is built on a single premise. That Inga was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true?
Like, if our assumptions are all wrong? Oh. It just might work.
Anonymous.
And it was Maya.
Oh my god, I just realized she's not a good person, is she? No.
Well, don't keep us waiting, defense.
Dirk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there's another question that we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Inga really killed after Dirk entered the tomb?
What nonsense is this?
Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived at the scene, even up to the possibility of a third party committing the crimes, opens up the possibility. The question before us is, when was Mr. Inga really killed?
After the body was found? Oh,
Or
I
Dirk.
guess that kind of makes sense. Like, oh, there's a body and he's not really dead, but he's just pretending to be dead.
Yeah.
But Dirk specifically said that he could tell the difference between like a
Yeah.
soulless man and the
Yeah.
empty shell of the soulless shell of a man.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think it's that. So it's got to be before Dirk entered the tomb.
Yeah. Totally. Isn't it possible that before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead?
He died after he was killed.
That would make the possibility of a third party more probable. Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance. Which means...
You wouldn't have noticed his body either way. This scenario is entirely possible. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime.
I see. Well, that certainly does make sense.
So far, so good. This might actually work.
Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with a distraction.
Yes!
Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Bailiff, summon Rafa. Surely she is recovered by now.
But, what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore? Maybe I'll just go hang out in the gallery. I hope you're feeling better, Your Benevolence.
Must I perform the divination seance?
What? Oh. No. We merely require your testimony this time.
How could my testimony be of any value?
Yeah, what up, Santana?
Your benevolence.
Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed.
After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance was probably the last straw.
I hope she doesn't pass out again.
Prosecutor Sadmati, may I ask you something?
Of course, your benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara
Oh, shit.
and about me?
From where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday. Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her what the truth really was. I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child.
I see. Be as it may, your benevolence, it has no bearing upon our trial here today.
It truly does. I mean, the assumption is that she's dead and that the thing happened in her tomb where she's supposed to be in. And I mean, if there's no dead body in that tomb, I mean, that changes something.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no need to let it trouble you.
I know.
Garon told Rafa about something other than Amara's status.
Sounds like it. What else could it be?
Rafa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. They somehow think your father was already dead when Dirk entered the tomb. But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you? Yes, I'm ready to testify.
Testify.
Well then, your benevolence, your testimony, if you please. These are the sounds a judge makes when no one's listening.
Baba.
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second-floor veranda.
Wow.
Around
nice.
2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. Then, at about 2:45, I saw Barbed and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at about 2:30.
Your second floor veranda. Sounds nice.
Right?
Oh, she must be talking about that house facing Inga's private residence.
You know, I've walked around the neighborhood a little bit.
Yeah.
And like not even this neighborhood, another one. And I think it's so cool when houses like make a veranda or a patio out of their roof.
Yes.
Like it's just so cool. It's such a great use of space. Like I don't know why more houses don't do that. Like why have a roof when you could have like a patio or a sun deck or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Right?
You know, with a nice umbrella or like a little
Yeah.
fire pit or something. Like it just
Watch the
seems like a good use of
stars.
space. Like I understand drainage might be an issue.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I was like, damn, that makes so much sense. It was also really funny because the house is on a hill. So it was kind of like a competing like houses for privacy. Because
Yeah.
there was like a nice like deck on the roof there. And then there was a deck on the roof above that one. And then there was a deck on the roof above that one. And I'm like,
yeah.
wow, it's like the cycle of like peaking or something.
Yeah. I was really confused because like you have a roof, and I thought you meant like create a veranda underneath it. And I'm
No.
like, but what?
Like a patio.
Yeah,
You're
no,
like,
on
you
top.
just described an attic.
Yeah, sort
Yeah.
of thing. But like, no, that's really great.
open,
Yes, what you're saying, cool. The house that I grew up in had a flat roof in one section. I'm like, we have so much space up here.
Yeah.
Like, let's put a hot tub up here. My dad's like, that's a dumb idea.
Oh,
Like he was so
Yeah.
kind. He was like,
Yeah.
oh well, maybe we
there's
will.
some
but-
challenges for that.
Oh yeah, he couldn't do it. So that's the location from which you saw your father, and at about 2:30.
Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence.
So, after the minister entered Amara's tomb at around 2:30,
Yeah,
no one went in or out of there until the murder was discovered.
The tomb is closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband.
Or so she'd like us to believe.
Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me. For I, Queen Garan, shall finally have your head.
Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let us follow the defense to question the witness, or allow, sorry, whatever. Close enough.
Carrick, maybe for other houses, but I mean, like, it literally happens here, so maybe it's just not hot enough here for that to be an issue.
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second-floor veranda.
Hold it! You say you'd be watching the courtyard until we arrived, correct? That seems like an awfully long time.
There is much that weighs on my mind.
She's so dramatic.
I see. She really does sound troubled.
I don't think she ever fully recovered from the previous trial.
Your benevolence? As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I am even up to the task.
I guess it's not easy being a princess. Your benevolence. I'd be happy to lend an ear if you'd ever like to talk.
So smug.
What would you know of my woes? Do not presume you exceed your station in life.
Sheesh. Teenagers.
Your benevolence, what did you witness from your veranda?
Well, around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb.
Did your father seem different or troubled in any way?
Let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing.
There was?
Yes, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters. After which I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color.
Huh.
He screamed and he was looking pale. What do you suppose happened?
I know not. Perhaps he had a bad dream.
Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over coals by the queen.
It seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm.
Sorry, that was rude of me.
Does the defense believe that the witness's last statement to be important?
I believe it is. I would like the witness to add it to her testimony.
My father let out a scream and came dashing out of his room, his face pale.
And why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out?
I didn't see anyone else, just my father.
The last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. Should I press her on this?
Ooh.
Harshly!
What?
Nine, I said light, please, so I'm going to do it softly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Thanks, Nine.
Benevolence.
We're going to press
Yes?
it lightly.
This incident was a real shock to us all. It must have been really terrible for you. But I want to let you know. I know how you feel.
Please stop. You presume too much.
It's times like these that you need something to take your mind off things.
I feel like Athena has had a profound effect on Apollo. Because he's trying to administer therapy here, it seems.
Yeah, trying to be honest. How about we all go on a picnic together or something?
Aw.
I need no sympathy from you. Go on your little picnic alone, Hornhead.
Well, that didn't go well.
All right, that's it. Apollo, you have to take a more aggressive approach with people like her.
Yeah.
Phoenix knows.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Now, back to my testimony.
Damn.
You know what? A little bit
Well,
of
Nyan, you tried.
persuasion, Yeah. Good effort there. Good effort.
Hold it!
All right, I tried being nice. It's over. Let's go. Here we go.
God damn it! Your benevolence! Let's have some details! The more the better!
Details, you say?
Yes. For example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? 1 minute.
Well, is that a yes or a no?
Foreign devil! I've been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2 yesterday. Yet I saw none other than my father. Oh, if only I had stopped him then.
I think you've struck a nerve, or rather, obliterated one you just said before, Phoenix.
Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, that last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard after 2 p.m., huh? Please add that to your testimony, Your Benevolence.
I'd been gazing upon the courtyard since about 2, but father was the only one I saw.
Hold it!
Is the royal residence always so empty?
Naturally, it is where the royal family lives and we are few in numbers. Besides Nana and little birds who visit, I have no one else to talk to.
The birds did it.
Is there anything more stereotypically princessy than talking to birds?
No.
No.
When will my reflection show?
So Nana wasn't around at all yesterday.
It seems she was quite busy. I was all alone the entire day. It's been like that a lot lately.
Rafa doesn't go to school, so she probably doesn't have any close friends. She must lead a rather solitary life.
I guess being a princess isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
Rafa, I shall buy you a new servant. I don't want you to buy me a servant like some sort of pet. I want Nana.
Aww.
I'm beginning to see why Rafa turned out like she did.
Your Benevolence, please tell us about what happened after you saw your father.
Well, it was around 2:30 when I saw him heading for the tomb.
Seba. Acha.
At about 2:45, I saw Barbed Head and company enter the courtyard.
2:45. Yes. I believe that's around when we arrived. Mr. Wright, Athena, Dirk, and I were running towards the tomb.
Yes, I was taken aback as we don't normally see commoners in the palace courtyard. Even more shocking was that Dirk, a wanted man, was with you.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I thought the villainous leader of the Defiant Dragons was here with his minions. Because it was, time for a revolution.
Oh, she seems so disappointed. I think you've been watching too much of that TV show.
I wonder if that's Dirk's catchphrase in the TV show. It's time for a revolution.
Oh, and then his theme song plays?
Yeah.
Yes!
I have already banned its broadcast for containing content unsuitable for the kingdom. Besides, the actress playing Rafa looked nothing like her.
That's true.
I can't have my subjects feeling so disappointed when they see the real Rafa.
Yo, let's just pour a quick one out for the ones we lost here, and know that we are gonna
I just have
another murder and trial here.
A clear image of Rafe on like a chaise lounge staring up the ceiling. I think it all started with my mother.
Yeah.
Mother! Why are you so cruel to me? Are you so ashamed? Once I'm all grown up, I shall be just as full-figured as that actress.
She's placing all her hopes on one final growth
Okay,
spurt.
shut, Phoenix. For her sake, I hope it's in her DNA.
I suppose you could always hope for a miracle.
Why is everybody killing her right now?
Mom!
Ugh. Like Phoenix, Polly, some goddamn tact here. You have an office only full of women.
Oh! I'll show you! I shall double my milk intake and grow up as big and strong!
Your benevolence. I think you are fine just the way you are.
Thank you.
Aw,
This
that's
is the
sweet.
man right here.
Now, may I ask that you continue with your testimony?
I wish I could grow up faster.
No, take your time.
I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at about 2:30.
Is it possible that you missed seeing someone pass through?
No, my veranda has a commanding view of the entire grounds, and I saw no one else.
That doesn't seem right somehow.
I think you mean Yami blazing. I never thought about it like that. It's a weird one for me.
Do not underestimate my daughter. She may be lacking elsewhere, but her eyes are the finest. Lacking elsewhere?
Incoming angry. Oh,
Talk about a mother I'd never wish on my worst enemy.
what? Really? I had no idea. That's the only like thing I know is the 4Kids-isms.
She needs Nana now more than ever. Rafa didn't see anybody in the royal chamber residence. Rafa didn't see anybody in the royal residence area after 2 p.m.
That's a really long time to just look at a courtyard.
She was probably lost in thought. She's at an age where I'm sure she's got a lot on her mind.
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second-floor veranda.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring up a quote from Desperate Housewives, which I always thought was just like, oh, damn,
Okay.
sick burns.
Okay.
So a mother is talking to her daughter, and the mother says, "When I was young, my stepmother told me I was very lucky. I possessed beauty, wit, cunning, and insight. Those were all weapons women need to survive in the world." And then her daughter's like, "So?" And then the mom says, "So take good care of your looks, Danielle. You don't have any other weapons at your disposal."
Oh my god. Ouch.
Yeah, I was like, oh, damn, that's some Desperate Housewives.
Those are some desperate housewives. Oh, Gimlet. Ouch. Oh. Parents, am I right?
Carcamon, this chat is Danielle, but without the looks. Ouch! Why did you have this ready? Because whenever a mother roasts her daughter, it's the first quote that always comes to mind.
Mm-hmm. I mean, boom roasted, though.
Oh.
What about the footy prints knocking over all the water?
Don't we have the urn?
Yeah, this is it. Wow, wow. Around 2 p.m., Dad leapt out of the bazaar manhole, got yelled at by a dog and a warbod, and then threw a firecracker.
And you missed
Okay.
all of this?
And then,
Yeah.
No.
The shocked look on Albie's face had dots and stitches when the police came along and detained the rebel. The noise spooked Shadow, who ran off. When Albie caught up with him in the courtyard, Shadow had what looked to be Nana's hat.
This is when Nana got 8.
Yeah.
So
Nana got aided and
and Shadow ate Nana. So I mean, this basically, like, she should have seen Albie basically, because they say courtyard here.
Yeah.
Caught up to him in the courtyard, and that's all at around 2.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna chuck this.
Objection!
Nice.
There we are. We're killing it. Your benevolence. You're covering for someone, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Rafa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that around 2 p.m., his dog got loose and ran into the palace. That's when the little fellow stole this hat from someone.
That's Nana's. I mean, nothing. Never mind. You fool of a daughter.
It seems the princess made a blunder.
So let me get this straight. This is Nana's hat, which means that she had to have been in the royal residence at about 2 p.m. If so, then you had seen Nana sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday.
Oh no!
Please, your benevolence, tell us what you really saw.
It is as you say, Hornhead. I saw Nana.
This princess just come up on the witness stand and lie to everyone in the court of law.
But those dirty defense attorneys, am I right?
Right.
This is forging evidence, Rafa.
And I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from her in front of my father's residence.
I knew it. Why didn't you say so in the first place?
But because, my mother told me not to.
Egged on by your queen. Forging evidence. What? Would you care to explain yourself, your eminence?
I requested she withhold said information, for it is of no relevance to the case.
Objection!
Such insolence! That's for us to decide.
If you disagree, then prove that it is relevant to the case at hand.
Oh, I will. Your benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nana.
All right. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nana, I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda down to the courtyard.
What? You should just use her scarf to, like, float down.
Oh, please.
That means that while you were coming down, you took your eyes off the courtyard. I know,
Yes,
Lisa.
but only for a moment.
This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing. Your benevolence. Are you sure no one else was there?
Yes.
He's hiding something again. What about Nana? Were you able to help her?
When I got down to the courtyard, she was gone.
Gone.
Yes, and I never saw her again after that.
Any idea what happened?
Ooh.
Mighty Seal Lion!
Hey, what up?
Good day, fellas.
Oh.
Looks like I missed a bit of the stream. However, here's some dollary dues. Keep up the content, fellas.
I apologize for Nyan in advance. He tries.
No, it's actually Australian money that was donated.
I know. I apologize.
I'm sorry to the nation of Australia for the crimes that I have committed.
Yeah, make the apology
Oh
video
God,
now.
no!
Perfect.
If you've committed crimes, it means you have to now go to Australia.
I love the word dollary dues, though. I want
Dollary
to use
dues
it more in my
is great.
real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though. I love that.
I'm sorry, Waltzing Matilda, for the disgrace that I've done. May Santa's white boomers bring me coal.
Thank you so much, though. helps a
Appreciate
lot.
support. It really does. It helps us out a lot. It means a lot to us.
Oh, we didn't hear read that. Nyan theories were correct. That dog must have gobbled her up.
I was right. How did you?
I don't know.
And then
I swear I write these games.
but I seriously doubt that.
I don't know, guys. Think I'm on to something here.
But how could Nana simply disappear when Rafer wasn't looking? Oh my god, he can't. Rafer must know something. The only question is, what does she know?
I mean, we established where Nana disappeared to. She's inside the
She's inside the dog.
the extraplanar portal that is the dog.
She went to the shadow realm.
That's it. We're 50 minutes left. We're gonna stop the stream.
Yeah,
there.
all right. That's
We've
peaked. We've peaked for the day. Yeah, if only we ended streams when we
That's too
peaked.
funny. Sorry, good one.
Okay.
Good one.
I think why we could actually meme because no health in the line.
Yeah.
Why Shadow is in the courtyard. I
Well, I think that
wanna
might
know.
be the Rafa must have known something. The other question is what?
I think it's why Nana disappeared is the correct answer. That's
Probably
my
no. Sorry,
opinion.
it's probably where because she probably disappeared to the tomb because it's the only place she could have.
That's totally possible. I'm saying why because I think maybe she was like, Rafa, I'm leaving.
So, oh, you think this is right?
I think that's
So then
correct.
this one is wrong.
Yeah, that's what we both agree is wrong. Do you have any idea why the dog was in the courtyard?
No.
She brushed that off real quick. Could you please think a little harder?
Those puppy dog eyes will not help me recall something I know nothing about, Hornhead.
Puppy dog eyes?
Apollo, we already know the answer to your question, remember?
Oh, right. Hey, and Rajiv, thank you so much for sending us a little lemon.
Lemon man
That
and
is
little
so
lemon.
cute.
I love the lemon.
Because aren't we all just a couple of lemons, you know? And it really has nothing to do with the case. Rafa must know something. The only question is, Kua.
Okay, so you think it's why?
I think it's why.
I think it's where.
Yeah.
What?
So we'll do why.
Well, yeah, let's send why. Why do you suppose Nana disappeared? Even an educated guess would help.
Told you
Doesn't
the
seem
dog
right.
ate her.
For example?
For example, maybe she got fed up with you and acting like a spoiled child.
Do you still think this is right?
No. You know, something like that.
Such impudence! Nana would not leave me merely for acting spoiled.
It's like her default state.
You're not even gonna deny your behavior? In any case, it seems I was wrong. Moving right along. Rafa still knows something. The third question is what? Do you have any idea where Nana disappeared to?
What do you mean?
Well, during the time that you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb. And it just so happens that Nana disappeared right at that moment.
No,
Wait, you think Nana had something to do with the murder?
I don't think we can rule it out. Sounds like something had kept Nana occupied since the early morning.
I truly, like, if I want one thing from this game,
Yeah.
it's an evil Nana monologue.
Ooh,
That's what I want.
Plus, she was seen right before the murder and then seemed to vanish into the air.
You're right. And since she's Rafa's attendant, she could come and go as she pleased within the palace grounds.
Could Rafa's attendant really be the killer? But that would mean...
first my father, and now Nana? These were the people I trusted most. How could this be? Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are a foul breed, quick to claim a third party is to blame for a crime.
Yeah, Zero, this is definitely Rafa's no good, very bad, awful day.
Yeah. Did we?
And I mean, like, her father died yesterday, too, so, and it's somehow worse.
Yeah.
I mean, take that.
Nana did not enter the tomb. That much is certain.
How can you be so sure?
When Naina's hat was stolen, that crazed cur spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Is that not right, Raitha? Yes, it is. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Naina's hat, it tipped over the urn. The bottoms of her shoes would have been soaked with water. And if she truly headed into the tomb with wet shoes?
That is an awesome Rafa impression.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry, I just thought it was Rafa.
She would have left shoe prints along the way.
Dum, dum.
But the only shoe prints to be found belong to my husband, Inga.
I find that whenever they do that zoom, like that's the moment for that sound, you know? Where it's like, huh?
Then.
That's right. Naina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters.
Oh my. Spicy.
How do you know?
Because I saw them together. It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Naina.
That's right. Edgeworth and I did see some shoe prints there.
Man, I just noticed his dope-ass globe in the background. Old and glowing.
Now do you understand? Naina could not possibly have gotten into the tomb. And that supposed third person at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination.
Another glorious descent and introduction. All hail the genius that is Her Eminence, Queen Garon. Garon.
Bow
down before her glory, this lawyer. Ha ha. Man, do you guys want to try and like establish a rhythm similar to this for the next one? And we'll really like chant it out.
Oh, we're really gonna do it? Okay, I can be on board for that.
Because I mean, I guess they seem pretty jazzed. Maybe we're not doing them justice.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
right.
fair. They are super jazzed. Those guys could. Could those guys fanboy any harder?
Yes,
Yes, we
Apollo,
can.
and they will.
Oh, they will.
Oh, they will.
Give us one more shot, game.
Yeah.
Give us one more opportunity and knock this one out of the park. But is it really true? Did Nana not go into the tomb?
Excuse me, but
Mr. Wright?
your benevolence. What time is it when that dog attacked Nana?
I believe it is about 2:15 p.m.
I see. Apollo, if Nana entered Inga's private quarters at around 2:15, and Inga came racing out around 2:30, pale-faced and screaming, then...
I know what you're getting at. Yes, that might explain his scream.
Would the defense please share their theory regarding Minister Inga's scream on the stream tomorrow?
At 12:30 p.m.?
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
It went so fast.
They did fly by.
I am judge.
I think because we're like in trial, we're making progress, and there's things that are happening.
Sorry, I'll hit this for you. You got music now. Great.
Yeah.
Well,
So thank you for coming out. Make sure to throw a thumbs up on the video if you like this playthrough. I have some stuff to put up on the board.
Yeah.
We've got a brand new game coming out at 3:30.
Ooh, and people are excited.
Yeah.
So if you're excited and you want to see some, do you yearn for a new killing game? Do you yearn for the old days of no escape and dang it grandpas and stuff?
Oh man, I love Dang It Grandpa.
And no escape.
And no escapes.
Or Dongan Panga?
Dong and Panga?
Dongan Panga. Damn it, Dongan Panga.
Dong and Panga.
Dong and Panya, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, PK, it's because the streamers don't have
yeah.
legs.
Yeah, it's true.
And then, sorry, what?
No, yeah, we're probably going to do the first chapter of that, and then we'll see what happens after that. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure to be around.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. Then after that, on Sunday, is Persona 4 Dance.
Yeah. P4, we're back to it. Hey, what's up, Justin?
You guys want to chant like theirs for your own cults?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, Colt.
Oh,
We have
is
culture. Nyan culture.
Nyan culture. Was the event for P4 Dance done?
What?
Was the event for P4 Dance made?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't see it there. I'm going to make that public because I have a thumbnail ready.
Cool.
Perfect.
There you go.
You've seen it live happening right now.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday morning, 11 a.m., we're trying out live game again, but with Abdallah from Abdallah Smash's channel.
Should be fun.
We've been practicing for a long time. Let's see how well we can do. I'm bringing my A game. I hope you guys do too.
Yep. But it's been super real, guys, and we'll see you in an hour.
Bye.
Bye, love you.
Glory to
bye.
Nyan kind.
Oh, don't forget waffles. I always forget waffles. Okay, bye.